layout number 4 for the Holiday Project 12 Stories, One Album. This is a class that I launched back in November of this year, and we're focusing on telling 12 robust stories, stories that we haven't necessarily told in our holiday scrapbooking. So if you are interested in learning more about the class, it is still available. It is a self-paced course. We do have a private Facebook group and the whole nine. Go ahead and click on the link below. We would love to have you. So for this story, I am documenting the Christmas where I got my first Cabbage Patch Kid. And the funny thing about this is that when they first came out, Cabbage Patch Kids first debuted in 1983, I did not like the doll. And my mom would show me the doll and I'm like, whatever. I guess maybe it was my age at the time, I don't know. But fast forward, I ultimately wanted and needed a Cabbage Patch doll. So let me share the story with you. In the 1980s, the Cabbage Patch Kid doll was all the rage. Parents nearly knocked each other over in stores trying to buy one of these coveted yarn-haired dolls. They were super cute with their chunky cheeks and angelic smiles. Each doll came with a birth certificate, a birth name, and a story of how they came to be, born from a cabbage patch, hence the name of the doll. Of course, its kid parent could change the name if they wanted to. There was also a signature stamp printed on the bum of each doll. That's how you knew it was authentic. Now, as one would imagine, there wasn't a kid in America who didn't want that doll, except me. My mom tried to convince me otherwise, but I was having none of it. Until Christmas 1986, when I discovered the joys of the Cabbage Patch Kid doll, or I may have seen one of my friends play with one. Either way, I was given my very first CPK doll. We'll just shorten that, Cabbage Patch Kid. I was given my very first CPK doll and absolutely fell in love with her. I don't remember her name, but she was a constant companion. In subsequent years, I would come to acquire a CPK Preemie, a smaller baby-like doll, and the ultimate corn silk hair doll. I brushed and styled her hair for hours. I can still smell the signature scent of baby powder from my Cabbage Patch Kid dolls. Good times indeed. Here's something fun. If you were a parent in the early 1980s, or if you were a young child in the early 1980s, when the Cabbage Patch dolls first came out, kind of the original stock of Cabbage Patch dolls, post below, what doll did you have? How many did you have? Did you have different types of Cabbage Patch dolls? Of course, they've come out with so many different dolls since that time, and they still make them, and they're super cool. If you had dolls, did your children, if you have children or other kids in your life, inherit your dolls? Did you pass them along, or do you still have them? Or did you just not give a care about Cabbage Patch dolls? So post below. I'll be interested to hear your experience with a Cabbage Patch doll. Okay, so what I'm going to do, of course, my album is 8.5 by 11. Now, with the Holiday Project, you can create any type of theme for your album. You can tell stories, past, future, present, whatever. It's totally open. And so for my album, I am doing 12 stories from my childhood based around the holidays. Now, I have these two photos here. One is printed 4x6 and one is printed 3x4. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the 3x4 photo because I do want to have a little bit more space for some other things to come out here to the side of the photo. And then I want to do some embellishing right around in this area and then still have space for a title to go here. Okay, so I think that's going to be my game plan. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and you can see this layout come together. Okay, so I'm thinking that I'm going to use these journaling cards, and I thought at first I was going to use the back of them, and then I decided, no, I like the two front parts. And there's a little jar with some trees in it. It kind of almost looks like a globe, like one of those little snow globes. And then there's a little card that says, "Oh dear," with a little deer on it. Now I want to mount my photos on a piece of this wood grain paper, which is beautiful. And I've kind of been snipping from it here and there because I don't want to use it all because it's really pretty. But I wanted something behind that photo. And of course that's little Vicky holding my Cabbage Patch. And then I had a scrap piece of this gray paper that has, I think, either snowflakes or stars on it. It's very pretty. It came with the Hip Kit Club kit for November, and I decided to use a little bit of that, and that's a great way to add some layers to your photo and get some of those scraps used up before you call it quits on your kits. So I'm going to lay that photo there in the middle at the top, and it's going to be flanked by those two journaling cards. Now I'm adding some foam tape to the back of that just to have a little bit of height and a place for me to tuck some stuff if need be. I'm going to go ahead and rip off the back portions of those strips and then adhere that to the journaling cards. And this is also a great way to use up those 3x4 cards, particularly if you decided that you don't want to do any pocket scrapbooking. You can go ahead and, of course, pocket scrapbooking, Lord. I'm narrating this at 12 o'clock, almost 12 o'clock at night. I'm supposed to be packing to get ready to go out of town, and I'm on very limited sleep. So if the narration sounds wonky, that's why. I try to be as professional as possible. Alrighty, so as I was saying, you can use those 3x4 cards to use them up on your scrapbook pages. Now I have some washi tape, and this is exclusive to the Hip Kit Club. And I lay it down and it's not centered, so I reposition it, but then there's a little bit of overlap there in the middle. I didn't like it. So I'm going to take my craft knife and cut that excess part off so that it looks like one long strip of washi tape. Not perfect, but it'll work. So then I thought I was going to add this little Christmas tree washi tape, and it is going to sort of interfere with the title of it, so I'm going to take that off. I grabbed some Ali Edwards sticker fonts from 2015, not 2015, this was from the 2016 One Little Word project that I never did, but I have the kit still hanging around, so I thought I'd use those fonts, and they are fabulous. Then I grabbed some Thickers fonts as well. Some gold ones. I want a little bit of metallic, and I wanted a bit of height. Those are some foam stickers. Well, they're not really foam stickers, but they are kind of more of a puffy sticker. And I want a little bit of height there and a bit of differentiation on that title. And so now the title reads, "Now I Want One," to sort of emphasize the fact that I kind of changed my mind on the whole Cabbage Patch situation. So I think that turned out very well. Love that. Love both of those fonts. Now I felt that I needed something at the bottom of the layout to sort of ground the layout a bit, as well as not give it the sense that the journaling was falling off the page. Wow, couldn't get that out. I was trying to think and talk at the same time. I'm ready for vacation. How about you guys? I've just been working, and this weekend we're going to go see the Nutcracker with all 5 of Corinne's grandparents, and so she will have 5 opportunities to be spoiled, and I don't have to look after her. I can just give her to one of them, and they will do everything. I'm looking forward to that. All right, so I make a tab out of my tab punch. Just a little something to go there at the bottom. I thought I was going to stamp something on there, but I'm going to use it to put the year. Take a little swig of coffee there from my Grinch cup. Now I want to embellish. I'm using sort of a variety of different things from the Snow and Cocoa collection, as well as a previous Christmas collection from 2015. I forget the manufacturer, but I think most of these are from the Snow and Cocoa collection. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put that little ornament there, as well as that little cork star. That's actually from my One Little Word kit from Ali Edwards from earlier this year. Not sure if I'm going to do that project or not. There's only so many projects that you can do at one time. I feel like I should do them all because I love them all, but I just don't have time for that. Maybe I'll try it in 2017. Who knows? Okay, now I have this banner, and it says Cheerful Memories. I thought that was perfect. So I'm going to stick that right there at the bottom of the photo, and that adds a lot of presence there. Sort of draws the eye to that photo. Then I have this little woodland creature from the Snow and Cocoa collection by Crate Paper. I'm going to have to probably order that entire collection again because I love it. Then this little tree, I thought that'd be nice. Add it to that little trees there on the card, as well as a little snowflake. There we go. Put some little adhesive. I kind of have a color scheme going here. That wasn't done on purpose. It just kind of came together, and sometimes that's just how it is. Gonna add another one of these little cork stars. And then I'm gesturing at the bottom because I'm getting ready to add the year, which is 1986. And I love these little font stickers. Those are from the Highline collection, and the manufacturer escapes me at this point. But I've had these for such a long time, probably about, I would say maybe 3 or 4 years. I can't remember when that collection came out, but it's been a while. And as you can see, I've barely gone through it. Now I am going to add a little bit of sequin, so I'm going to dig through these a bit. I kind of fuss with this a little bit because I'm trying to pick out all the colors that sort of go with my color scheme that I kind of put together on the fly. And I'm going to adhere all this down with some matte medium, Ranger matte medium, and I'm going to use my Pick Me Up tool, which annoys me because it picks up the sequin, but it doesn't let go of it. And I guess you're supposed to use the other end of the tool to help release the element, but I ain't got time for that. So I just put them on with my finger and call it a day. All right, so here's the finished layout and all that robust journaling and a picture of me and my Cabbage Patch Kid. Some photos are coming up, and make sure you stay tuned. I will post more layouts from this series throughout the holiday season. Thanks for stopping by.